everybody, it's your boy BK Mutt coming at you with a Madden Ultimate Team video, and today we're talking about making an incredible amount of coins. As you can see, I bought a Lavonte David. He had a great deal of tackles in this weekend's game, and I think he's going to get a card. But with buying power-ups comes the second part of making coins, and that is selling power-ups. I bought a lot of Lavonte Davids. You just got to let me work through this when I come into the big miss my timing selling power-ups. 85,000 coins in power-ups. That's just my Dak Prescott. That's all I wanted to say is the 85,000 coins is just my Dak Prescott. If you watch the last video I made, and you'll see up here, 94 sold. I bought a Derrick Henry. I had a couple of cards expire, so I'll sell them off. But down here, Dak Prescott's, Lavonte David, Stefan Diggs. I told you guys 3 weeks ago, buy all these power-ups cheap because they were all going for under 3K, 2K. They were all going for dirt cheap. And I was buying them all like crazy. Like these Lavonte Davids, I'm still getting them for $1,500. Like, I don't know how people aren't getting that. But if you go back and watch my last video, I had like 200,000 coins. I sold power-ups this week. Aaron Jones, power-ups. We sold them. Big coins. Dak Prescott, sold them. Stefan Diggs, sold them. Like, that. This is now. This is when you've got to get out of these power-ups when there's hype around the card. You don't want to keep mimicking the same point, but I want you guys to understand that these power-up cards are a ridiculous profit if you get on it. So what we're going to do is we're going to go to the auction house, and I'm going to show you some cards that might be a good investment. You know who's not a good investment? Rip to Saquon Barkley's season. He's done for the year, so he's not a good investment. Don't buy that power-up card unless Madden throws one his way. Which, you know what? They could throw a card his way now that he's out for the year. You might see a promo card like the Harvest card or Most Feared. You might get a Most Feared Saquon because they have cards made for these players. They just find the right times to bring them out, right? All they're adding is +5s or +2s or whatever they need to add to them. Damian Williams, probably not a good investment, guys. With Clyde Edwards-Helaire there. That's not going to be a good investment. He's not going to put up big enough weeks to make that worthwhile. But we're going to go to teams. We're going to go to the Giants. Saquon, 7,000. This card was 15,000 last week. This card is dropping in price because people have predicted his season. Well, not predicted his season's over. We know his season's over. But people are predicting that he's not going to get a card. So Saquon, for the rest of Mutt, is going to be an 83 overall in people's minds. That's not going to happen. They are going to give him another card, but that's what people are thinking, right? They're thinking, he's not going to get another card. This price is going to keep dipping, and I don't want you to buy it until you can get this card under $3,000. If you can get this card under $3,000, snap up as many of them as you can. But in the meantime, let that price fall because people think it's going down, right? So, what targets do we have for this week? For example, Tyler Higbee had a phenomenal week, and I wish he had a power-up card, but he's in 79 overall gold, so he is off the list for people to go get. But again, where you make your coins in Mutt is not chasing the success, it's predicting it, right? Like, we can sit here and we can watch this game. Oh, look at Waller. You want to start there? Let's go start there. Waller is a Raider. Don't know why that took me so long to find it. But Waller is an elite. And his power-up, 36,000 coins. I wonder why that is. Right? If you check Mudhead, that power-up was not that much. It's gone up in price because of what he's doing now. And that is what I'm trying to get to here. This video is all about recognizing how to make coins. And this is a huge market. And I'm going to pull up Mudhead. Okay, so I went to Mudhead, I pulled up Waller, and I went to prices. And Waller's low was 8K. So, I mean, that's a pretty good increase, is it not? 8K to 37K? That's all I'm saying, right? Like, there's definitely coins to be made here. So now, what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and look at week 3. Because this is the important part. We don't care about what has happened. We want to look at what's happened. So Thursday, Miami versus the Dolphins. Miami versus the Dolphins. Wow. Sorry about that, guys. Miami versus the Jags. I don't see anything happening there. That could be a good game, but there's not really sexy names there that Mutt could use. So we're going to go straight into Sunday. The Bengals versus the Eagles. This one's going to hurt me. I love my Birds. They're not playing great right now. Could Joe Burrow and A.J. Green or Joe Burrow and Tyler Boyd destroy that Eagles terrible defense? Like, I don't know what's going on with it, but let's take a look here. So we got the Bengals. We just want their power-ups. Tyler Boyd's going for 900 coins. Are you kidding me? Let's see what Tyler Boyd did against the Browns. 70 receptions, 72 yards, and a touchdown. Well, I think this might be a purchase. Honestly, I do. Even with that performance, Tyler Boyd might get a little power-up card. But then, looking forward, we're looking at the Eagles. And the Eagles haven't been great this year. And if Tyler Boyd goes out and throws up another 7, 9 receptions, 110 yards, I don't know, maybe gets 2 scores instead of 1, but even 1 would be good. Maybe he gets a card. Maybe people hype him, and he goes. AJ Green, I can't buy it at that price. I got 10, 15 AJ Greens already, and I got them all under $1,000. I can't pay $1,900. It just wouldn't be right. And I bought all those Tyler Boyds for $900, right? And maybe I got one at $1,000. I'm not sure. But there is a quick one. Joe Mixon also didn't really have a good game, actually. 40 receptions for 40 yards. 16 carries for 50 yards. So it's not bad. But what did he do against the Chargers? Because I'm not really worried about Joe Mixon on the Eagles. Like, their run defense should be fine. AJ Green also had an okay day against the Chargers, so it could happen. Falcons and Bears, oh my, that could be good. Rams and Buffalo, Cleveland and Washington. Nothing's really screaming out to me. Kenny Golladay. If Kenny Golladay can come back this week and play against the Cardinals, that could be a good one, right? Kenny Golladay, 900. I gotta buy that. He's so tall. And a good example of what to look at for a card is 77 speed on a 70 overall. When you level him up, he's 6'4". When you level him up, say they give him an 86, that card would be unreal. He would have 90 speed for sure on an 86. Because he's +7 on his speed. If they give him an 86 card, he's at least going to get +4. So I'm going to buy these Kenny Golladays because, again, there's no risk here. We look at the stats against the Packers. Marvin Jones had 4 receptions for 23 yards and a touchdown. And then if we look when they played the Bears, Marvin Jones had 4 receptions for 55 yards. And those defenses, nobody's going to sit here and argue and say those defenses aren't better than the Eagles. Those DBs are way better than the Eagles. So that's all I'm saying. Like, I'm actually going to buy a couple Marvin Joneses under $1,000. You've seen the 86,000 I made just off the DAX. Like, just off the DAX. Like, he was selling for $10K and I bought them all for under $1,500. Like, you please, guys, get on this. Start making tons of coins. And take advantage of this market. Because, like, you can take advantage of the hype. You just got to be willing to put the initial investment up. Like, if Marvin Jones gets a card, like, if he goes out and has a huge week, Marvin Jones or Kenny Golladay, either one, that card could jump up to 10 grand. You're making 9,000 profit. So that's another game that I seen that I liked. And there's some good games here, but the hard one is you look at positions that could give you something, right? Like, when I look at the Colts and the Jets, for instance, let's go to power-ups, right? And then I'm going to go to the Colts. And we're going to look at their power-ups, and we're going to see, like, because you don't want to predict, like, O-line. Unless they have a shutout and they throw huge yards, you don't want to touch the line, right? Like, I don't want to touch the O-line. Center too, right end. Again, Justin Houston would have to come out and get sack after sack. Same with Leonard. T.Y. Hilton that might not be bad, but I don't like buying up these. But T.Y. Hilton's over $2,000. We don't buy power ups for that price. I don't like buying these cards that are on the line. Defense is hard to predict, so we'll stay away from the Colts in that game. Let's go look at the Jets. Even though, I mean, the Jets aren't having a good game against anybody. And they got middle linebacker power-ups. Le'Veon Bell's out. I don't know if he's going to be back next week. And that's it. So they've got no power-ups. So that's what I mean. Like, you can't just pick a game. You got to find a game that has players in it. Panthers and Chargers. Seacalf got injured. And the Chargers, Keenan Allen maybe? But Keenan Allen's getting that card for doing that Derwin James promotion through Twitch. So he wouldn't get a card because he's already getting a 90. So I wouldn't bank on him. Let's look at what Desmond King's been doing on defense. King, 6 tackles in the game against the Chiefs, and that was it. And in the game against the Bengals, 2 tackles, 1 assist. So King's out there doing stuff. 2 games, 9 tackles. We're going to buy this card under 1,000. I don't see the Panthers throwing many picks or any of that, but maybe. You never know. Desmond might make a play. And if he does, we're going to want to be ready. But yeah, guys, not to talk your ear off about the same subject for way too long now, but I just wanted to show you the processes I go through and how to buy power-ups. Because like I said earlier today when I released a video, I was at 200,000 coins. Now I'm at 900,000 coins just by selling my power-ups. Like, I know it's a lot of power-ups and it's grindy, but I was selling DAX out there for 11, 12,000 coins, and I bought them for under 2,000 coins. So I'm making 10,000, and I had like 25 DAX in my binder. That's a ton of coins. And Aaron Joneses, I had like 15 Aaron Joneses. What a weird way to say that. Aaron Jones cards. And they all sold for huge coins, right? Like, I just was going through my processes of looking and selling. That's all you got to do. Look, sell, profit. I'm leaving it at that. Hit the thumbs up because you like making coins just like I do. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button, notification bell, so you get more more coin-making tips in the future. Until next time, BK Mutt, and I'll hit stick you later.